Let's talk about the dead bedroom. Not the one where somebody's cheated, not the one where there's explosive fights or ultimatums. I'm talking about the quiet one. The one where you actually do still love each other. You still function well together. You still show up as a team. You still say, I love you. But that fire's gone. The spark. Not suddenly. It faded slowly over time. And I know you all can relate to this. Less initiation, more excuses, more tomorrow, and more turning away instead of turning inwards. And most couples lie to themselves about why this actually happens. They blame stress, they blame the kids, they blame age, they blame hormones, and they blame being tired or busy. Those things affect energy. Yeah, I get it, but they are rarely the root of the problem. And this is the truth that most people avoid. She's not bored of you. She is bored how you show up and how you do it. How predictable the dynamic has become and how neutral the energy feels and how flat the polarity has gotten. And men, this conversation, it starts with you. Not because women don't matter. Not because women don't have responsibility, because they do, but because polarity requires leadership, and that leadership starts with you. When masculine leadership disappears, guess what disappears with it? Desire. Most couples misdiagnose dead bedrooms because they ask the wrong questions. They ask stuff like this. Is something wrong with me? Is something wrong with her? Is she still attracted to me? Is it hormones? Is it stress? Is it time? But let's be honest, dead bedrooms are rarely about attraction disappearing. They are about the tension disappearing. Attraction doesn't die because people stop loving each other. It dies because the relationship stops generating that electric charge when everything becomes known, familiar, managed, explained, and predictable. The nervous system goes neutral. And neutral does not equal erotic. That's why vacations don't fix dead bedrooms, why date nights don't fix dead bedrooms, why lingerie just doesn't fix the dead bedroom. It goes way deeper than that. The issue isn't necessarily effort. Again, it is the energy between you two. You can put effort into a flat dynamic and still feel nothing. And I bet a lot of you are doing that. So let's clear something up. Sex is not optional in a healthy romantic relationship. Without sex, you don't have lovers. You have partners, roommates, or co-managers of the same life that you guys are sharing together. Sex is the bonding mechanism. Sex is the glue that keeps you guys together. It regulates your stress. It reconnects you after conflict. It releases tension and it restores polarity. When sex disappears, something always replaces it. Control, resentment, power struggles, emotional withdrawal, passive aggression. And here's the part that makes people a little uncomfortable. Emotional safety alone does not create erotic desire. You can feel emotionally safe with your friends, with your therapist, with your coworkers, with your parents, but you don't crave them and you're not trying to have sex with them. Erotic desire requires contrast, masculine, feminine, direction, surrender, initiation, and response. Without polarity, desire starves. Most dead bedrooms aren't caused by cheating or trauma. Sure, that can be factors of it, sure, but that's not what I'm talking about. They're caused by predictability, the same timing, the same initiation, the same touch, the same pace, and the same outcome. Men, hear this clearly, please. If your body already knows what's going to happen before it happens, so does hers. There's no tension and certainty. There's no suspense. There's no curiosity. Erotic desire lives in the unknown. When a man becomes predictable, he doesn't lose love or respect. He loses his sexual authority. Sexual authority is not dominance, though. It's not force, and it's not entitlement. It's presence without need. And when that disappears, a woman's body stops responding, even if her mind still loves you. Breaking that predictability is not about just trying new things, okay? That's a part of it. We got to try new things every once in a while, but it's also not about just new positions, new locations, or new techniques. That is surface level. Breaking predictability is about interrupting the patterns, initiating, then stopping, touching without escalating, creating some anticipation without the resolution, and holding the space without consuming it. Erotic tension grows in restraint. If everything always ends in sex or rejection, desire collapses. Tension needs room to grow and build. Masculine leadership and intimacy is not force, though. It's direction without attachment to the outcome. A woman does not open when she feels begged for. She opens when she feels led and desired. Desire dies the moment sex becomes a reassurance check. When initiation is really asking these questions: do you still want me? Am I enough? Please validate me. That energy is felt immediately. Desire is a nervous system based, not logical. You cannot argue desire into existence, and you cannot negotiate attraction. You just can't. You can only evoke it and build it. Men, understand this clearly. In a relationship, you are the captain of the ship, not the dictator, not the tyrant, the captain, the leader. There is one captain of the ship, not two. The captain does not ask the crew where they're sailing every 5 minutes. He doesn't narrate every adjustment he makes. He does not panic when the waters get rough. He sets direction. He reads the conditions and he adjusts his course. And the crew relaxes because somebody else is steering and he's got it. He's in control. When a man loses direction, the ship doesn't stop moving. It just drifts. And drifting creates anxiety. When a woman questions or pulls back or tests your direction, she's not asking you to surrender the control. She's asking, hey, are you still steering the ship here? And guess what? A captain doesn't argue with the waves, right? He adjusts his sails to them. That is your masculine leadership. Taking control doesn't mean just total domination. It means initiating without anxiety, deciding without over-explaining yourself, holding your boundaries without anger, and remaining steady when emotions rise, because trust me, they will. A captain makes the call and he owns it. That ownership creates trust, and trust allows her to relax, soften, and respond to you. Most dead bedrooms begin when men abdicate the captain's role. They become overly accommodating, over-explaining, approval-seeking, and emotionally reactive. And guess what? That ship no longer feels led. So guess who starts to steer? She does. Not because she wants to, because trust me, she doesn't, but because somebody has to. And the moment she starts steering, kiss polarity goodbye. Desire does not survive when both people are fighting for control or when nobody is. Foreplay doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you handle pressure, and how you move through that space. Foreplay fails when every touch is a request, every kiss is a test, and every hug secretly leads and wants more. A woman's body closes when affection feels like any type of pressure. Erotic foreplay is presence without any agenda. Touch her, then stop. Hold her, then release. Control yourselves, guys. Create charge without any type of consumption. Here's another hard truth. You cannot talk your way into erotic polarity. Many couples kill desire by over-processing everything, explaining everything, and analyzing everything. Sex becomes a topic instead of an experience. If you need to explain your desire constantly, it's already gone. Erotic energy requires felt experience, not verbal negotiation. And this doesn't mean silence, though. It means timing. Some conversations belong outside of the bedroom. Some emotions belong in containment, not expression. And women, this part matters. A lot of women shut down sexually, not because they don't desire their partner, because they do, but because they feel overwhelmed, disappointed, or emotionally unsafe. And instead of addressing that directly, the desire starts to get weaponized. Sex becomes leverage, distance becomes control, and silence becomes punishment. And here's the problem with that. Sexual shutdown is not empowerment. It is the complete opposite. It's manipulation and control suffocates polarity. If intimacy only opens when conditions are perfect, when moods are managed, and when resentment is resolved, desire does not feel invited ever. It feels negotiated. And erotic energy does not survive negotiation. Many women say they want a man to lead, right? But then they punish the leadership when it shows up. They correct his tone. They micromanage his approach. They question his decisions, and then they pull back the moment any type of uncertainty appears. So guess what? He stops initiating, not because he doesn't want you, but because every attempt feels like a test that he's failing. Reopening the desire does not mean giving up your power. That's not what I'm saying. It does not mean tolerating chaos. It does not mean abandoning your boundaries. And it definitely does not mean forcing yourself to be sexual when you're closed. It means learning the difference between self-protection and self-sabotage. Power is not withholding. Power is responsiveness, and responsiveness means allowing yourself to be moved emotionally and physically without controlling the outcome. It means letting him initiate without correcting, allowing pursuit without managing it, and receiving the touch without deciding where it must go. This is not submission. This is trust. A woman does not lose her power when she softens. On the contrary, she loses her power when she closes and waits to be chased while resenting the chase. Desire returns when there is room to respond, not when everything is tightly controlled. If you want the passion back, polarity has to exist. That means leadership on one side and receptivity on the other. And that brings us to the reset. Not to have more sex, but to change the energy between you two. Touch without outcome. Leadership without pressure.